Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I'm currently recording this video in South Korea, and it is Christmas Eve right now. I have my Christmas nails on. If you're watching this video, it is currently already 2025. Now, I want to talk to you about becoming unrecognizable because this is something that many of us are talking about at the end of the year, and we're wondering, how the heck do I actually elevate and reinvent my life? This is something that I get asked all the time, especially because I am a women's mentor. I help women do this in their lives all year round, and I thought, what a perfect way to start 2025 than to actually talk about how to do this. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 ways that you are going to reinvent yourself in the new year, and a lot of these are going to be simple but highly profound. Hey, I'm Nicole and welcome to my channel. I'm a life and transformation coach for women, self-proclaimed foodie, content creator, educator, and your new YouTube bestie. I help everyday women step into more abundance, flow, and embodiment of their most authentic selves. In my world, we talk about all things to do with elevating your life. I post weekly videos helping the everyday woman embody her highest self, create inner wealth, master her mindset, unlock her femininity, and be an absolute boss in life. I create resources, trainings, and host experiences online and in person in order to help you reconnect to your true self, not the one you think you need to be, but the one you were born to be, so you can reclaim your power and amplify your voice to lead, love, and create as a woman. Whether you've been stuck in an uninspiring pattern, want to reclaim your power back, or need a new vision for your life again, if you like my vibe and you want a little bit more abundance in your life, hit subscribe to be notified whenever I drop a new episode. If you're ready to step into your next level, keep watching. Now let's get into today's video. Now, if you don't already know, as I mentioned, I'm currently in South Korea and I have been traveling through Japan over the past 2 weeks, and I'm now in the final leg of my journey traveling through South Korea. One of the things that I've done on this trip is actually unplug from social media, and doing so has allowed me to really tune back into who I am, and it's inspired me in ways that I never thought I could be inspired. One of the biggest shifts that I've noticed since unplugging from social media is that I am actually so much more energized and so much more creative. I feel like I know the difference now between my voice versus somebody else's opinion or something that I saw on TikTok. And there's something really profound that happens when you slow down and you make space to just be with yourself without needing to consume anything. And so I sent out an email to my list this week saying how profoundly that has changed myself and how it has set me up for such an incredible start to the new year. And I can already feel that so many of my old beliefs and old programs that were not serving me have just dissipated. Usually I would have to mindset my way through everything, and I would need to just get coached on all these limiting beliefs and self-doubts and inability to find my authentic self. And yet, just the bare act of unplugging from social media has helped me radically change how I actually think about myself and the way that I am feeling about the new year. So, if you are feeling exhausted, tired, drained, you're feeling confused, you're feeling overwhelmed, don't worry. This video is going to help you reframe a lot of what is holding you back or keeping you stuck in a rut, and how to leave it behind as you step into the new year. So I have to tell you, before the next 5 things that I'm going to tell you, we need to start with this. If you want to become unrecognizable in the new year, you have to be willing to do this one thing, which is the most important thing, and that is to change your belief systems. I know it sounds super simple, but the reality is nothing changes without your belief system actually being reprogrammed. Because it doesn't matter how much plans you make or how much money you spend, how many people you try to get around to inspire you and motivate you, or how much you pay for a coach. Ultimately, you're going to end up with the results that are reflective of your belief systems. So your core belief systems are ultimately what shape your reality, because they drive your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. And at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, when I help my clients create radical change in their lives, it's not just about implementing a 21-day habit reboot or helping them build a vision board. It's about working at the root level of what's causing the problem, which is a misaligned belief system or beliefs that are simply just not serving you to be the person that you want to be. So these 5 things I'm going to tell you are belief shifts that you need to make today that are going to help you become unrecognizable in 2025. Number 1, it's changing the belief that problems are bad. They are simply opportunities disguised as problems. And here's the thing. If you are constantly resisting problems, you have a problem with problems, and you're telling yourself, this shouldn't be happening to me. I want things to be perfect all the time. I want to feel good all the time. That is setting yourself up for an unrealistic reality. And that will lead to far more disappointment and discouragement than actual fulfillment. And so the first belief shift that I ever made that radically changed the way that I experienced life and made me such a happier person was believing that problems are not bad, rather they are opportunities in disguise. See, when I was traveling, when I started my trip, I intended to actually do a lot of creating on this trip through writing. I wanted to reconnect through writing blog posts and emails and really articulate my voice. And I visualized that I would be getting up every single day and writing on my laptop and have my coffee and then go about and travel during the day. But on the second day of my trip, my laptop completely broke down and it does not work at all. And I still have not been able to get it to work. And while this could have been a really, really detrimental thing to me, and I could have just chucked a fit and been like, why do bad things happen to me all the time? I didn't resist it. I just said, you know what? This is not a problem. There are no problems. This is an opportunity. What might this opportunity be showing me? And what it actually led to was the next 2 weeks of me journaling and actually writing down my thoughts physically and sitting there and reflecting. And that allowed me to actually come to a place of reconnection or a sort of soulful contentment with my life and more clarity than maybe if I was writing it on a laptop. And I think that is just a classic example of what can happen when you go with the flow rather than resisting it and insisting that it needs to happen your way. Because trust me, if your intention is there, it will be fulfilled, but it may not always be fulfilled the way that you want it to. And that is okay. That is actually the best possible thing that could happen. Just don't make it hard for yourself and resist it. The second shift that you want to make is happiness isn't everything. It's okay to feel a different range of emotions. You are human. You are here to experience all of your emotions. And the sooner that you let go of the expectation that you need to be happy all the time, the more enjoyment that you will experience in life. And the thing is, happiness is different to enjoyment. I believe that enjoyment is truly the sense of contentment that we feel when we accept that it is what it is and what will be for me will come for me. But happiness is sort of like this temporary fleeting thing that we're chasing through material goods and through expectations and circumstances and people. To me, letting go of that expectation has looked like a process of constantly evaluating what I am attached to. Because if you are having a hard time accepting something or letting something go, for example, the pivot of my business, me not having the funds or the income or the results that I want in life right now, not being at a stage that I thought I would be at 27 years old, all these things, if I feel miserable about them, it's because I'm attached to an idea of what I expected them to be. And I realized that if I am unhappy about these things, it's because I am choosing to attach to this expectation that I need to be happy about them. What if I could just be whatever I am about it? What if I'm upset or disappointed one day? Or what if another day I feel happy, content? Or what if another day I feel at peace with it? I come to terms with the fact that everyone's on their own path and it's okay that I'm here. What if that range of emotions was not a problem? And it didn't mean that I was off the rails or crazy, because I think social media and the hyper-connected world that we live in, that is also hyper-curated, projects this idea and expectation that we need to always be happy. And it's a very westernized idea too. And traveling the world, I've realized that many people define fulfillment differently. And in the West, we have this obsession with needing to constantly be on a high, whereas other cultures, island cultures, ancient cultures, they don't put happiness on a pedestal. Rather, many cultures, especially Eastern traditions being here in Japan, place more emphasis on contentment and fulfillment rather than always chasing this high, because the high is an extreme. It's an extreme just like the low is. Whereas contentment is kind of this middle place of peace. It's a place of acceptance and surrender and allowance. And it's also a place that takes the pressure off of us needing to feel a certain way. It allows us to experience and receive whatever is happening before us with openness. And that is actually where all potential lies, when you are not attached to anything. So if you want to become unrecognizable in the new year and you want to stop chasing and striving and feeling so exhausted and needing to please other people, needing to please whatever expectation that you have in your mind or that society cultivated for you, then you need to let go of this belief that happiness is everything and rather switch it up for the idea that it's actually okay to feel the range of emotions, and that when you allow yourself to go on this pendulum swing rather than constantly chasing the high, that is ultimately the best case scenario for fulfillment and ease in your life. The third thing I want you to take away from this video: your past does not define you. Healing is always possible. Every single day. In fact, every single waking moment, every single breath is an opportunity to change your reality. And this isn't just some woo-woo positive quote that I want to tell you. This is literal truth. Every single microsecond, your body, your cellular structure, the chemicals in your body, activity in your mind, all of it is constantly shifting. Nothing in reality is ever fixed. And if you want to actually create more joy, you want to create more freedom, you want to create a different future, that is not something that is up to the ether or the universe. That is up to you to decide that you are capable of it and to work with the resources that you have been given. However much money, however much time, whatever history, whatever past, whatever circumstances you've been dealt with, it is still up to you at any given moment how you respond. Now, it might be inevitable that you feel sad or you feel discouraged or you feel defeated at times, but to linger and wallow in these emotions is not compulsory. I came into this trip with a decision that I was going to come out differently. And because of that decision, it guided my decisions after that. That intention to come home differently to how I left Australia and to go through my trip and to experience the things I would experience with a sense of openness to the point where it would change me, was a choice that ultimately guided how I would experience this trip. I've been to temples, I've been to crazy city nightlife vibes, I've gone shopping, I've seen views, I've immersed myself in daily life here, and it has radically changed me because I have had the intention to be changed. And that's all it is. The past doesn't define you, but if you intend that you come out different every single day and you come out better, then that is the result you're going to get. Number 4, trust your intuition. Sometimes your body, your inner knowing, your soul knows better than your mind. If you are an overthinker like me, it's likely that you try to plan and control everything and that you think worrying about things makes you more in control of them. That is false, and you will never ever actually be able to control anything. You can only plan and prepare for the best, but there is a line that you have to learn, that thinking and over planning actually becomes unproductive and it just becomes anxiety. And that is a line that I had to learn very early. And when I actually realized what that line was for me and how I could distinguish when I was in a productive planning and preparation versus overthinking and anxiety, that was when things started to change for me. And I highly recommend that you do a certain audit or some sort of evaluation of how you currently think and process information so that you can distinguish what that line is for you. In fact, all December, I've been taking my Facebook community through a free 30-day journaling challenge that actually helps you go through every aspect of your life in a productive way so that you can start to think more consciously and assess your life more actively and strategically. That is something that has radically changed my life and many people's lives, just that 30-day challenge alone. And it's actually free. If you want to access it, you can sign up in my Facebook community. It's, again, a free community that is in the guides section of the community, and you can get on it right now. And trust me, that will radically change you and your life. Doing something like this will help you reconnect with your own inner knowing and your inner voice, because many of us are disconnected from our inner knowing. And that is why we are making so many misaligned decisions that we aren't fulfilled by or we aren't even happy with. If you want to learn how to trust your intuition, you need to learn how to filter out the voices of the world around you and actually tune back into your voice and know what that actually is, and let alone trust it. And also, travel is a really great way to do that. Hence why I travel all the time. The fifth thing that I want you to take away is that hard work isn't the only path to success. Joy is also what fuels greatness. I know that there's a huge emphasis in Western culture to hustle and grind, yet there is little to no emphasis on how joy and the path of least resistance and the path of most fulfillment is also a path to success. And I think that is the path that many of us want to take, but we're afraid to take because there are not enough role models of it. But think of every great person. I went to Tokyo Disney Sea, and it was absolutely incredible. I am a huge fan of Walt Disney and everything he's created, and I have just been in a rabbit hole of consuming all these documentaries about his life and how he thought, and he really did just follow his peace and his joy and fulfillment, and it created for him an entire lifetime and lineage of influence and joy. And I literally walked into Walt Disney World and I just cried. I cried like 10 times that day because I was just so in awe of how one man's dream has translated to millions of people being influenced to come back to their inner child and experience the happiest place on earth. I literally was just crying all day because I was just so overwhelmed by how amazing it was. I just think he is such an example of how hard work isn't the only path to success. Sometimes it's about following your joy and following your bliss and letting that be enough, and trusting that that will create ultimate success and fulfillment for you in life. Now, I want to end this video on this. There you go. That's 5 of the things that I want you to change your beliefs on, and these are ultimately going to reinvent you and allow you to shift as a person. Trust me when I tell you this, these simple 5 belief shifts are ultimately what changed me and allowed me to access the life and the reality that I have now, where I actually feel a sense of fulfillment, a sense of clarity, a sense of joy in life, and I don't need so much to fulfill it. And what's crazy is that from that place is where I'm creating more success, more joy, and more ease that doesn't require scarcity and fear and the way that it used to operate before. And so, if there's anything that you could take away from this video right now, it's to 100% give yourself permission to become the best version of you. Remember that it is not over. Healing can happen right now, and that it doesn't matter what point you're at in your life or where you've been. Literally, your life can change the moment that you decide you're worthy and capable of doing so. I know that it can be intimidating, it can be overwhelming with all of the self-help stuff out there, and that is why, to end this video, I want to invite you to join my free Becoming Her workshop. It's a workshop that I have helped so many women with to change their lives and to actually step into that unapologetic, fulfilled, aligned, and abundant version of themselves. And it's super simple as well. I highly encourage that you do that, especially if you've been feeling lost, confused, and you're watching this video and you're like, I need help. And if you're ready to take that leap, I invite you to join me inside that workshop. I will link the details below, and you can join me and the hundreds of other women who have gone through this experience and stepped into the most unapologetic version of themselves. All right, my loves, thank you for joining me in this week's video. Don't forget to check out the rest of the videos on my channel. If you are into this vibe, hit like and subscribe on this channel, and I will see you in my next video. Be well and Happy New Year. Hey, if you like this video and you want to take your life to the next level, I want to help you. To help you take the first step to unlocking the life you deserve, I'm giving you free resources, workshops, and masterclasses that you can access on demand to help you elevate your life and become the best version of you. The best part is you'll have me in your corner and the support of a like-minded community around you. All you need to do is click the link below and join the free online community for women called the I Am Her Collective. Inside, we do community calls to talk about all things womanhood, dive deep into topics such as femininity, real self-love, well-being, and skills for becoming that girl. For deeper connections, relatable insights, and helpful tools, click the link below to join now. And for more videos like this, don't forget to hit subscribe and to check out the other playlists on this channel. I'll see you next time.